Hi everybody, it's Andy from Beverages UK again here. It's been 8 o'clock. We're going to do another review. This one is on Banks's Amber Bitter. It's 3.8% beer in a nice brown 500ml bottle. Amber Bitter, it's brewed with amber malts, which gives it a distinctly amber colour, and also so it's a little bit darker than a pale ale, and you get a little bit, because it's brewed with these darker malts, you get a bit more maltier flavour from it. So it is like a pale ale, it's just a little bit stronger, a little bit tastier than a traditional pale ale. But expect some good stuff from it. We're expecting some nice bitter flavours. I'm expecting some sweet malts to come through, and hopefully some nice fruity flavours to come through as well. It'll be interesting to see. One way to find out. Let's take a look at it. Let's hear it pause. There you go. So it's poured a very nice, clear, deep copper or amber colour. It's got decent just off white head with some small bubbles in there, and it's still got some bubbles rising as well. So I'm expecting, well, it's dissipating quite quickly, that head now, I can see it there. I'm expecting the head to stay down the glass, so that should be quite nice for drinking. So far so good. See what it smells like. It's quite subtle on the nose. I'm getting some sweet malts going through. A little bit of citrus out of that as well. Yeah, a bit of fruitiness going through, so it's definitely getting the sweet malts. It's very mild though, it's not a strong aroma at all. I have to admit, from an aroma perspective, I expected something just a little bit more to come through the nose, but it's not that. Let's taste it, see what it tastes like. Okay. There's a nice bitterness there. There is quite a nice bitterness there. It's quite crisp. I am getting a little bit of fruity sweetness from it as well, which is quite nice. It does taste like a good English bitter. It's got that profile, so the sweet malty bitterness is definitely coming through that. Getting the malty hit first, and then it goes into the you get the bitterness arriving from it then, which is quite nice. It's not bad. Tastes thinner, a bit more watery than I was expecting, but I suppose at 3.8%, maybe that's to be expected. Do you know what? It's an English bitter, and that's what you're getting from it. 3.8% as well. It's a good session beer, so it's the sort of thing you can sit in a pub and drink all night quite easily. It is crisp, clean, malty, sweet, quite well balanced from that perspective. It's weak on the nose. There's a downside. It tastes a little bit thin in the mouth. I was expecting something a little bit more than that. I have to say, it's not particularly exceptional as a drink either. It's maybe a little bit above average for an English bitter. it's a good all-rounder. It's not too bad. I think the problems these brewers tend to have now, this is Banks's, which is owned by Marsden Brewery, which is now owned by Carlsberg. So it's one of the big brewers. I think what tends to happen with these, we're seeing now that lots of these craft beers and stouts and porters are now expanding the market a little bit, and they're becoming really quite flavoursome. And the problems with some of these beers is they're probably not catching up. They're not putting as much flavour into their beers. They're reliant on existing markets and the name to some extent to drive sales, which longer term won't be good for them. I'd like it to be a little bit more bitter. I'm not getting a lot of bitter aftertaste. I would have liked that. So I think they just need to up that bitterness to just a little bit. And I think it would probably be okay. I think that would then make it in the mouth a little bit more flavour, so it probably wouldn't taste as thin, and would turn a little bit above average beer into an exceptional beer. Score-wise, I'm going to give it 5.5 out of 10. It's a good, average English beer. And so it's going to score 5.5 out of 10. Cheers, everybody.